Hey everybody, welcome to Note Night in America. Hope everybody is doing well this Monday night, or whenever you're watching the replay or listening to the replay. Hopefully, you guys have had a pleasant weekend, and that your Monday has started off and been a great Monday. Obviously, it's a bit of a different time in the last week, 10 days. Obviously, it's changed across the country, as some of my friends and I have said. We live in a different world than we did 2 weeks ago, and hopefully, whatever part of the country you call home, you're taking the proper precautions, you're healthy, your family's healthy and safe. It's a bit of an interesting time that we live in. So first and foremost, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that's stressed out, sick, our first responders, all our medical personnel, our military as well too, and our different leaders at the state and national levels, as well as we obviously dealing with this pandemic with the coronavirus. But anyway, what I wanted to do tonight is I was thinking about what to focus on for a variety of reasons. One, I wanted to make sure and offer an opportunity for you guys to come together in some sort of normality. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things I think a lot of people are struggling with is, okay, our sense of normality has changed, whether you're voluntarily staying at home like we are currently in Austin, or you're required to stay in like San Francisco or LA or other areas, or you're still like, what the heck is going on in other parts of the country? So trying to have some sort of normality. Wanted to go through a couple of things though, because I'm getting a lot of questions. There's a lot of things that are popping up. And as us, as real estate and note investors, there's some things that we should all be doing proactively to help our business, to help your businesses, to help others' businesses, to help our borrowers and other things like that. So I definitely want to go through these things with you guys and gals. You probably take a few notes. Some of these things you may do, other things you may not have to do. So I kind of want to cover some things after having quite a few conversations, not only on the phone with our friends across the country, different real estate markets, but also some of our vendors, some of our long-time friends in the note industry. Just kind of saying, hey, here's some of the things that we should all be doing that I think maybe we take for granted, or as we're bombarded with all the news. Hey, what should we do? What shouldn't we do? What's really available out there? And so I wanted to go through that with you guys as well tonight. So anyway, let me bring up my slides here for you guys all. Like I said, you're probably going to want to take some notes briefly on this stuff. So hopefully encourage you to like this. Also, if you are watching this on Facebook Live, feel free to hit the share button. If you enjoy it, feel free to comment as well. We'll try to get to the questions if we can on Facebook, but encourage you to ask questions if you're watching this live here on the Zoom as well with me tonight. But anyway, first and foremost, a couple things here I want to make you guys aware of. This last weekend, this Saturday, if this is your first time on Note Night in America, my apologies. We have these roughly just about every Monday night. Did I hit the record button on this thing? I pretty did. Yes, I did. The red button is going. Calls are recorded. You can always go to weclosenotes.tv to catch all the replays of Note Night America. That weclosenotes.tv will take you directly to our YouTube channel. So make sure that you subscribe when you're there, leave a comment. I love, always pretty sure about answering, responding. Like I said, make sure to subscribe. So as we upload things, upload videos, upload podcast episodes. I know some people would rather watch videos versus listening, and that's why we try to hit multiple channels of the different media so that you guys can, gain and grasp the knowledge that we're trying to provide. Also, check out our podcast as well. Note Night in America podcast is anywhere that you listen to podcasts, along with our Note Closer Show podcast as well out there. As always, you can go to weclosenotes.com, not only to watch or listen, but also read the full transcribed blog if you like to do that instead. So we just had an event this weekend, Note Weekend. A great time. I see some of you guys are on here tonight that were there with me all day Saturday. We do these one-day online note training basics, so kind of mini workshop, or as some of our students have called it, it's the Cliff Notes version of note investing. We live stream it on Saturday, re-stream it on Sunday. We dropped the price to $19. It basically goes from 9 a.m. to roughly 5 p.m., 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That cost is still good through the next couple months. We just did it this weekend, March 21st. The next time we'll do it is April 25th. We probably will have a class. We'll probably have a 3-day class, somewhere between April and May dates of that, or we may just wait and do May 30th as a workshop weekend. But that $19, or if you've paid $99 for the February one, that is applied to the future workshop costs as well. We use a coupon for that. And then, of course, we're going to have one in August, September, and October. Don't know about June and July. If we are still in our houses, or things aren't back to normal, we'll do it again in June, July as well too for you. We've had some things planned. Obviously, are probably going to be delayed to a later date. But honestly, guys and gals, thank you for those that were part of it. Hopefully it was valuable to you. We believe it was. Thanks, Steve, same Robert. Everybody out there has been through that as well for you guys. So replays are included with that. So if you paid for that, you should have gotten replays yesterday evening or first thing this morning again as well too, because we had a few people sign. You can buy the replays at $19 by going to noteweekend.com, and you'll get the replays this weekend. So if you missed it, hey, you can catch the replays and attend us for the next time around in April. We do it here in just over a month. But anyway, this coming weekend, this Saturday and Sunday, March 28th and 29th, we are helping our friend Linda Pliagas out with the Realty 41 Expo. Obviously, it was scheduled to be a one-day event in Irvine, California. Obviously, with the governor of California banning any events over 10, for the most part, public events, we knew this was not going to happen. So we reached out to Linda and we're helping her actually turn this into a 2-day online event. So we're excited about this. This is this Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Probably go till 4:30 on Saturday. But anyway, the big whopping cost of this is zilch, is zero, nada. It is no cost to attend. You can go to the realty411expo.com, or you can sign up directly at realty411virtualexpo.com. That'll take you directly to the webinar opt-in, so you'll be able to tune in, ask questions of all the speakers that are coming. Got a really good lineup of speakers. I'm just helping MC the event. I'm not actually speaking unless somebody shows up late or misses their speaking time, but we doubt that. But glad to be helping out. Just our way to kind of help out our friends in this time. She had 400 people RSVP. There probably a good 200 plus on the webinar this week on the Zoom call. So once again, realty41virtualexpo.com. If you're not doing anything Saturday, Sunday, hey, join us on those 2 days as well. Any questions about those two things? Anybody else struggling with something before we dive into the top 10 here for you all? I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you guys have family, or maybe you do want to be on here a little longer if you've had to be around your family all day. I had somebody reach out like, I'm going to go stir crazy if I'm with my spouse for another 2 days or 2 months or 2 weeks. Anyway, so what do you say we dive into the meat and potatoes of tonight's call for you guys. But anyway, 10 steps to take for your note business. And as I was thinking about this, there's been things that we automatically roll into. Now, if you were on Stay Calm and Invest On last week, we've also talked about this in some of our podcast episodes. We had Jason Hartman on earlier this week. We recorded a great episode with him talking about pandemic investing and the things to come. We did a shorter episode earlier in the week. It's on YouTube about kind of the changes that are taking place. We've called some of the things that have happened, that have rolled out, that weren't really a surprise. I'm by far not saying I'm Nostradamus of any sort. I'm just saying is we've been through this before and been advised by people who've been through 2, 3, 4 different ups and downs in the economy. You have to kind of expect some things taking place. And while I believe that honestly we're creating a 12-month problem for a 60 to 90-day hiccup with a lot of the different things, it still impacts us all on a variety of platforms, on a variety of things that we're doing, not only for us, but the economies around us, the people that we work with, the vendors, if you've got real estate, your borrowers, your tenants, your investors and things like that. So these are the 10 steps that you should probably take for your note and real estate business to kind of help you be prepared for the next 60 to 90 days. Hopefully it's just a couple of weeks and not 3 months. But with what they're doing and some of the delays, these are the things you first immediately want to do. So first and foremost, the first thing you want to do is if you've got notes, performing or non-performing, the first thing you want to do is have some reach out to your borrowers. Now, you may do this through your servicing company. You may do this through a specialty servicing company. You may want to do this because I guarantee you probably need to talk to your servicer as well, if anything. We've already had borrowers starting to reach out to us. Hey, I'm not paying. Do I have to pay? Or I am paying. What's going on? So here's the thing. Talk to your borrowers. The sooner you can make contact with your borrowers, whether it's performing or non-performing, the better you know what's waiting to be. Some of our borrowers are like, oh no, I'm still working. I'm good. I can pay. Others are like, I'm a little tight with everything else. We've lost, one income, things like that. So here's the biggest thing. reach out to your borrowers. You're not going to be able to foreclose or evict them anyway right now for the next 60 days. So it's best at least to reach out, have some sort of conversation. There are some things that you can do to be creative. One of the things that we have is an opportunity. Listen, okay, yes, if you need to delay your payments for 60 days or 90 days, I mean, I can't really expedite it, but one of the things that we are offering up, if they're asking for it and they were paying, it's like, listen, yes, if you need to, we'll give you 60 days. We'll suspend the payments for 6 days. But if you do make a payment, we'll give you credit for 2. So you pay 1 month, we're going to give you credit for a second one. We'll take that off the balance. If you're behind, for every $100, every bit extra of your payment, we'll forgive double that. That's one thing to incentivize your borrowers to keep paying if they can. Now, some will obviously like, well, heck, I'm going to just take it off because Trump's going to, not enforce foreclosure for 60 or 90 days. Totally fine. But I would rather have that conversation, say, hey, we understand you're in a tight situation. That's okay. If we need to come back in 90 days and start paying again, okay, great. There's not much we can do. But I like to incentivize and give them the opportunity. Like, listen, if you're still working, you still have a job, hey, make an extra payment, we'll forgive you one. Okay? So that's one thing I think is important. Like, talk to your borrowers, know what's going on. If your servicer's not going to do that for you, you might want to go ahead and do that yourself. If you're sitting at home, and you're bored out of your mind, this might be a good time just to pick up the phone and call your borrowers. Because you can always go back to your service and say, listen, here's what we're doing, yada, yada. Now, you can always reach out to your service and say, hey, let's draft a letter. Let's get a letter out to our borrowers. Here's what we're offering, okay? It's always, yeah, exactly, Jeff. I appreciate it, Wolfman. Oh, Wolfman, being protective. Oh, no, he's not supposed to be proactive. Proactive, I like that. Great to keep the lines of communication open, get updated contact information. Exactly. Hey, where are you working? What's going on? What's your situation? We're calling because we care. All right? That's the biggest thing. I mean, you're not going to be the person that evicts or forecloses in this time period. You do not want the bad publicity. And that's the same thing. Talk to people around you. If people are worried about, and I'm seeing this on Facebook groups, people are like, oh my God, am I going to get evicted? Am I going to get foreclosed out because I can't pay? No. That's not going to happen. Although I do highly encourage you to watch the Palm Beach County, I don't know what it was. It was the meeting of the city council. It went off the hook as one guy was like, you're freaking turning off power to people this week. A lot of the services, utilities are not going to turn things off, pick up the phone, advise your borrowers are the same to call their utilities department and tell them what's going on, okay? That's number one. Call your borrowers, keep the lines of communication open, and get some right information from you, okay? 2 is an important one, too. 2 is, you're going to be surprised, is call your bank. Call your bank to see what they're offering. Call your mortgage company. If you've got lines of credit, commercial or personal lines of credit, you may want to go ahead and pull some of that money out. Because in these times, banks are notorious for shrinking down lines of credit. Just because they can. That doesn't mean you can't go ahead and pay it back. But I would say if you've got a line of credit, you may want to pull some money off of it and put that money aside. Just in case, God forbid, that we have a total meltdown on everything. I don't think we're going to have that. But I still think it's better to be safe instead of sorry, especially if you have family members or other people that rely on you. It may make sense. If you've got a line of credit or a credit card, you may want to pull some money off it and then put it back in 60 or 90 days. But prepare yourself, call your bank, see what they're doing, see what their plans are. Heck, maybe you can get away without having to pay a mortgage payment for a month or 2 and use that just to be protective and then pay it back later on. A lot of the banks obviously are doing things, are forgiving payments or not looking to collect for the next 60 to 90 days just to help everything out. So that's the biggest thing. Call your bank. Call your card, see what's going on with that. Call your if you've got student loans, call your car payments, call a variety of the lenders or the borrowers that you're in, okay? Number 3, talk to your tenants. If you've got rental property, if you've got Airbnbs, pick up the phone, talk to them, see what they're going through, okay? See exactly what they're going through. Hey, are you working? Are you not working? Where are you working at, okay? This is a big thing too. You're not going to be evicting, and eviction changes on a state-by-state basis, as we all know. But still talk to them. Hey, I'm just calling out of concern. How's everything going? You doing okay? You know, how's the family? Are you working? Try to find that stuff out, because the biggest thing is there's a lot of uneasiness, and the more that we can communicate, the more we can talk, the more we can still come together of some sort. Maybe it's not in person, but at least on the phone or a Zoom call or something, a Facebook Live, or you know, whatever it might be. Talk to your tenants. I know that from talking with some of my other fellow investor friends, they've had Airbnbs that have been canceled. Okay, they've had tenants that were in the process of moving right now, which is not a good thing if you're in a lockdown area trying to move, because you got a lot of moving parts. So the more you can talk to your tenants, see what's going on. Hey, okay, great. If you need me to, are you working? Do I need to forgive rent for a month or two to help you get through things? Not everybody is prepared. And who knows when the stimulus package is going to go through. Based on the news that I just read, the two sides can't decide on things. And let's all face it, whether it's $600 or $1,600 once or twice, it's still not enough. But and for some people, it's something is a whole lot better than nothing. And so any way you can work, maybe you can figure out some sort of thing with your tenants to help out in a variety of ways, get some credits for some work or other things. Just make sure you talk to your tenants, whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term rental. Get on the phone and talk about, hey, how's it going? Trust me, they will love you for that. And we found something out too. We were looking at a property today. It's rented somehow. Somehow a property is rented with people living in it that we didn't collect rent on. So be careful, because there are illegal people out there too. So we're gonna have a little come to Jesus meeting with a property manager that we found has been rented a property and didn't pay us. So talk to your tenants, find out what's going on. Make sure you have people looking by your assets as well too for you. Okay. Number 4 is important. Call the employers of your borrowers, of your tenants. If you can't get a hold of you should know based on your mortgages, the loan documents, or if you've got tenants, then on a longer term tenant, they tell you who the employer is. Pick up the phone, see what's going on, see if you can get the real story in case you're not getting. Now, some industries are booming. Obviously, trucking industry is doing well. There are employers looking for jobs, like the different grocery stores, the different Amazon, the different shippings, Walmart. A lot of these larger employers are looking for work. So if you've got a tenant or a friend who's out of a job and there's something nearby, it's worth saying, hey, go and check this out. That can be a great way to add value, not only to your friends, your family members, but also your tenants or your borrowers too, if you need to do it. See what's going on in the area. See if there's a Walmart nearby. See if there's an Amazon nearby or whatever's going on. We've all heard stories of grocery stores that are running short. People aren't showing up to work, or even when trucks show up, they're being almost looted before they're even emptied. So take the opportunity, be a little proactive, and call around. See if your borrower is really out of work or has had reduced hours or things like that. You have the ability to do a VOE, a verification of employment. All right, definitely, because we all know the employment rate's going to go up. Already is. It's going to take a while for it to recover. So if you've got employees that are in the travel, in the tourism, those two big industries and stuff like that, hey, do yourself a favor. Like I had somebody on today in the podcast. I was like, oh my God, this is something that 3 or 4 of my friends could do from home, especially this time of year, and go from there. So, all right. Number 5 is if you've got a rehab going on a property, you probably want to scale back on the costs. You want to scale back on whatever you're putting in. Maybe you're not putting top of the line, and maybe you're taking it down a notch. Whatever you can do to get that property to the market sooner than later, it's going to be valuable to it. I've talked to friends that, hey, we're rehabbing a property, put it as an Airbnb. We're scrapping that fact and put it to a rental or to sell it. Decline. If you look at MLSs across the country, the amount of price reductions has skyrocketed across the board. We know that here in Austin, here in Dallas, San Antonio, and Houston, from some of the emails that I reached out to people. Hey, can you run a quick search for me on your MLS? How many price reductions have happened? And it's drastic, okay? So if you're in that area where you don't have a property listed yet because you're working through it, drop it down, do whatever you need to do to get done. You never know when it's going to be in a lockdown if that ends up happening. Now, I'm not trying to spread fear at all, just trying to get you prepared. It's not the time to rehab it exactly as you would like it to live in. You shouldn't be doing that to begin with. But look at the time frames. What can you do to cut costs, but also get things done in a timely fashion, okay? Number 6 here is reduce your bills as best you can. Look at what you've got going out on a weekly or monthly basis. Hey, maybe it's time to automatically change your debit card for 30 or 60 days so things don't get auto charged. You never know. And I hope it's not that way. I hope here in 30 days, we're all kind of okay, pretty much back to normal. That would be the ideal thing. But look at your expenses. Anything you can cut cost on or skate on for a little bit, do so. All right. Like, here's one thing I know we're saving money on. We're not going to the movies 2 or 3 nights a week. We're here, which is fine. I'm cooking, which I love to cook. Cooking usually every other night, cooking one night and eating leftovers the next night. So reduce your bills in any way you can. Just smart. Try to avoid things that are going to be, you really don't need. It's one of the best things I can tell you. And that may be shutting down some of your online tools. It may be shutting down some things you're not using on a regular basis that you can get away with without having to use on a pretty regular basis for you. So, okay, moving on. Any questions about that? There's some services that I love. I absolutely huge fans of, but I've gone in and reduced them. Said, well, I'm gonna take it down to I don't need the maximum level. I'm gonna drop it down to the base level. Okay. Or I'm gonna let me go and see if I'll give you a great example. Like when we do videos on a regular time, instead of going one at a time on Fiverr and paying $10 plus a $2 to $3 service charge, I waited and said, okay, let me send 4 at a time. It's still $10 a video, but I'm not getting charged a service charge every time. It's only one service charge, so it saves me an extra $3 per video. That adds up. Okay. It also may be, okay, instead of what's another thing that you may just look at what you've got going on. We've all got things that go out of our accounts on a monthly basis. Pull it up, take some time. Hey, I need to cancel this. I haven't used this in a while. Hey, I need to reduce this. Or I just need to suspend this for a little while. That's the thing. Reduce your bills. If you've got student loans, like we talked about before, student loans or other things, pick up the phone, give them a phone call, say, hey, my income's been, can I suspend my student loans for 6 months? And most of them will allow you to do that penalty free for you. So reduce your bills in any way that you possibly can. It's important to do that. All right. Number 7, call your vendors, not just to see what's going on, but the people maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Like I have had some great conversations with people I haven't talked to in a while. Hey, how's it going on your end? What's business doing like? Where do you see business popping in later? How are we going to make money in this time frame? What are some things that you can do? It's my whole reason I reached out to Realty 411. Like, they're not going to have an event. I want to try to help them. And they're helping me in some cases as well too for a variety of things. Reaching out to some of my sellers who haven't had anything available for sale for a while, talking about where we think the market's going to be at. You're not going to be buying defaulted notes tomorrow with everything that's going on right now. The first sign we're going to see anything is probably 90 days to 6 months, because a lot of the lenders are going to wait to see what the banks and the government does with the bailout. And then you're going to have either the borrowers that either A, take action, or they can't take action. So stay very tuned. Now, with money being very cheap, a lot of the funds can borrow money really, really cheap. Okay? If they got money at 0% and they got a 1% interest rate, and you got a 3%, 4% mortgage note that you own or modified or have, they may be willing to buy it now, because if it's performing, hey, that's a 400% return on investment for them with the arbitrage, not 3 percentage points, 300 to 400% return to them. So talk to your vendors. There may be some ways for you to barter services. Hey, do you need some help? Are you running on a skeleton staff? Maybe I can help out with you. I've got some time. I got a couple hours each day now. I'm working from home. How can I best help out you as well? Because those are the relationships that's how you keep your ear to the grindstone. It's how you hear what's going on in the market. It's how people really, some of these great opportunities come to light shoot you down the road, because you're staying involved, you're touching base. And let's just face it, sometimes it's just nice to pick up the phone and talk to people. I know some people go stir crazy. For those that live alone, I think that's going to be the toughest thing, is just not having that personal contact of being able to talk to somebody face to face, or having coffee or anything, getting out of the house. Let's just face it. Sometimes we just got to get the heck out of the house. So call your vendors, go for a walk, put your headphones on, and talk to a few people, like take a stroll. Okay. Number 8, this is something that's going to be coming up here. Everybody on every property you have here in the next 60 days, look to start protesting your property taxes. I don't care where you're located at. You got to learn to protest these things. They're not going to probably come out till May 15th with this, but start expecting to protest your taxes. Property values are going to be dropping in places. So keep that in mind. Get on your calendar, circle May 15th or the month of that, okay? Hey, I need to protest my taxes. It's going to take a little while. I may not be able to, they may extend it out for a while, but this is one thing you can do to save money across the board on any properties you've taken back, okay? Sometimes it's pretty easy to get done. Other times it's not so easy to get done. Now, here's another thing too. I want to go back here to number 7, call your vendors. If your vendors aren't working, if they're not doing work for you, if they're on a skeleton crew for a month or two, it's important that you're not getting charged for services that they're not providing. Think about this. If there are attorneys in counties or closings or things you have going on and they're shut down, you're not going to have foreclosures for 60 days. So don't be paying attorney fees between now and the time that this rolls out. Okay? It's important to look at statements. It's important to look at your vendors and see what's going on. Did I get this kind of service during the month? No, I did not. Then I need a credit. Okay, so that's something that's more, it adds up, everybody. It definitely adds up, okay? I meant to say that earlier, sorry. Number 9, this is going to be really hard for some of you. Limit the news intake. You laughing at me, Steph? Nice. Limit the news. I know we live in a digital world where we've been bombarded on our cell phone, on our pop-ups on our computer, on our laptops. Shit. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts happening in mirrors, things popping up here before too, like Minority Report, okay? Limit your news intake. Step away from it. I know a lot of people are looking like, oh, I'm going to watch a little bit more Netflix or Amazon this time. That's great. Limit the news. You sometimes don't know what's going on, and this is the thing that frustrates me the most. This is the thing that irritates me over and over and over and over again, and how the media slants things that make it sound a whole lot worse than it is. I'm not saying don't quarantine yourself. I'm not saying we're facing some things, but let's face it, if we keep getting bombarded with negativity, that negativity comes out. It totally comes out. It depresses us, especially if it's gray and nasty outside like it's been today. It actually looked like it was a nice afternoon. Just limit your news intake. I try to limit. I don't look at USA Today or the news except for a few minutes in the morning and then a few minutes in the evening. I don't look at the news at all. Heck, sports aren't going on. I'm not even on ESPN most of the time, which I usually have up. So that's the thing. Limit your news intake. You'll feel better. You'll feel happier. Okay, I'm going to get a highlight here, a highlight there. All right? Please trust me on this. This is one of the most important things that you can do is limit your news intake because you don't know what's truthful, okay? You don't know what's truthful. And a lot of times you've got to get news from two different spots to figure out where the truth lies in the middle. So limit it from your trusted sources, not the extreme out there. Number 10, everybody, number 10 may surprise you. Number 10 may really surprise you. We're going to do a drum roll on number 10 here. Number 10, just laugh. Laugh daily. Find something to laugh about because God bless us all. We're going to look back at this in 6 months or a year and just kind of laugh. Hey, you remember when we made it through the coronavirus? Ha, ha, ha. I had a little sickness. I had a little tickle in my throat. That's not, you get what I'm saying here. Find some way to laugh each day. One of my favorite things to do is I'll pull up Key and Peele from Comedy Central, put my headphones on and watch an episode or two while I'm working on my laptop, or we'll put on the, pull up YouTube on the TV or Saturday Night Live reruns. Just try to laugh daily, go for a walk and realize it's all going to be okay. It's really easy to get bought into the doom and gloom and all this other stuff of people overreacting, cleaning out the shelves. And, we went to the grocery store Saturday night after I finished up teaching and walked around. And yes, it was a little disturbing seeing a lot of shelves clean. But when you look back, you look at all the fruit, all the vegetables and other things that are coming in, shipments are still coming. Yeah, some people are hoarding. Yes, it can be depressing, but if you still think about it, if you've ever traveled abroad, we still have more wealth and more food and more opportunities, the ability to still take out, to go get a cup of coffee at Starbucks. If you need to get Chick-fil-A and drive through, you still can, okay? Laugh daily. Just try to laugh at this. Try to find something humor because it will do your soul some good. All right? And you realize, here's the big thing, is we're all in this together, everybody. Laugh daily. Find something to laugh at. As Jim Valvano used to say, the legendary coach from NC State, if I can be moved to tears in a day and then also moved to laugh in a day, it's been a good day. If you can laugh and cry in the same day, it's a good day. Well, let's try to avoid the tears and the depression, but let's definitely try to laugh daily. All right? Poke fun at what's going on. That's the only way we're going to get through this without it being just even a bigger cluster F, if you know what I'm talking about, everybody. Okay? This is great. Scott makes up for no XFL. I know. I was really enjoying the XFL. We have the Renegades and the Wranglers in here in Texas. So, you know, I know a lot of people are upset because March Madness is down, or is gone. All the what do they call it? The National Vasectomy Day with the opening round of the playoffs. You know, things are still operating. Yes, we're in a little bit more of a chaotic environment, but just laugh. That's all that we can do, everybody. And I encourage you to do that. If you need to bitch, if you need to moan, if you just need to vent, remember one thing. Shit should flow uphill, not downhill. If you've got family members and you're frustrated or scared, don't make it worse by venting down. Vent up. If you need, like I said, pick up the phone, go for a walk. I'm glad to jump on a phone call and talk with you as best I can. And look, everybody's going through troubled times. I got some deals that are dragging out even longer. I can't get a title company to call me back for the last week on a closing. I've got other assets that are dragging out. I just laugh. It's all I can do. You know, we've got plenty of food. We're safe here in Austin. You know, I can still go around and do things, unlike some others. Yes, Steph will say, I'm not going around. I'm working from home, but just trying to laugh and have as much fun as I possibly can. Enjoy cooking every other night. Enjoy laughing and spend time with our animals, and then doing some stuff in the marketing. Like, we've got plenty of time to enact things. Yes, reaching out to asset managers is a good thing, but it's worthless to do right now for the next 30 to 60 days. If you're going to be building any type of online stuff, put your marketing in place so that you've got something available when 60 days rolls around, or 6 months, whenever they finally get around to ring thing. Talk to your investors. Start pulling lists of asset managers or IRA investors. What else are you going to do? You can still order direct mail, Vista Print, Postcard Mania. All these companies, FedEx is still open. That you can put orders in and just go pick up. So laugh daily, have fun, and just live life, everybody. So that's all that I've got for you guys tonight. I wanted to be kind of, right at 35 minutes for you all. I just wanted to say these are the 10 steps. So let's go back here, recap those that joined us late. Once again, talk with one, call your borrower, see what's going on. If they need some time, you're not going to be able to foreclose or evict anyway. Offer them some incentives. Get creative. Hey, for every month you pay, we'll forgive a month. Or hey, if you can at least bring a half a month, that would be helpful for things in the long run. Okay. Second thing, call your banks. If you've got lines of credit that have gaps in it, as far as you've got availability, you may want to pull some of that off just for the heck of it. You can always put it back. You may want to call your own bank to see what the situation is with your mortgage, with your car payment, with your student loans. Okay, call and find out, and maybe use some of those things that are available to you as well to help smooth things over for you. You never know what's going on. 3 is talk to your tenants. If you've got short-term and long-term tenants or renters in place, talk to them. See what's going on. How are they affected? Same thing. You're not going to be able to evict anybody. Nobody's going to enforce an eviction over the next 60 days. So work with them. Find out maybe there's a way they can do some stuff for you. Maybe they can do some other things to offset that rent. It's an important thing. Maybe it's a time to barter a little bit. Okay. 4, call the employers. If you've got your rental applications and your loan docs, you can see who your employers are. Who the employers are for your borrowers and your tenants. So pick up the phone, give them a phone call. If they are laid off, they're not reducing, maybe reach out to them and say, hey, there's the opportunity to work at grocery stores or Amazon or delivery drivers, or do some at-home bookkeeping. Heck, in 2 weeks, you're going to be certified on QuickBooks and start doing books for people out there relatively cheap. So check that out. Be an asset to your tenants or to your friends or your families out there as well. Number 5 is reduce rehabs. If you got rehabs going, reduce your costs, try to get them back on the market ASAP, and maybe reduce the amount of rehabs. Instead of going from A plus, maybe just going to A. So that high grade carpet, maybe going with FHA, the 4-pound plan. Okay. 6, reduce your bills. Look at what you got going out monthly. Reduce it. Maybe you have to cancel that debit card that stuff's being auto drafted on for a little while. It's not going to hurt anything, but just keep it going. If this does drag out a little bit longer, you'd be glad that you saved now versus trying to save later on. 7, call vendors. See if they're working. You know, are you working during this time? Are you on a skeleton crew? Hey, what's going on in the market? What are you hearing? What do you expect? It's good to just have that conversation. It's also good to make sure that you're not getting charged for something that's not happening. Okay. 8, hey, this is something in the future, but start looking at the market that you're in. Look at and start protesting taxes. Been a lot of price reductions on the market that are going to affect property values here in the next 60 to 90 days, especially as we get around to May 15th, with most people can protest taxes. So keep that in mind. Number 9, limit the amount of news intake. You know, maybe a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evenings. Just don't be bombarded by it nonstop. Avoid sitting there and just reading nonstop fake news or sensational news, which we all know is not accurate. Okay. And then 10, just laugh daily. Find something you can laugh at, whether it's old reruns, your favorite comedy, or just poke fun at things. Have a game, turn the TV off, play cards, whatever you might need to do. Laugh, snuggle, and just realize we're all in this together. So that's, like I said, is all that I've got for you guys tonight out here. Any questions, any comments, anything I can help you guys with that are on here with me this evening or listening to this? As I said before, if you're watching this on the replay, feel free to reach out. Please leave comments on the videos. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this on the Note Night in America podcast, hey, feel free to reach out. We're glad to help out in any way we can or help just be a vent for you. Okay? So once again, 10 steps. Good to see some people on here. Hey, Bill. Hey, Eric. Hey, Gary Campanera. Well, how's it going, brother? Sherry Lewis, Greg, Jeff Wolf, Joe Rich Babbitts, John Derry, John, Luann, Max. Got a bunch of people I haven't seen in a while, which is awesome. Hopefully everything is good on your end. Patricia, Steven, Robert, Tom, Vance, Wesley, everybody. Hope everything is good. Yes, we will continue to do Note Night in America. It's just to give you some sort of normality on a Monday night, if that's a possibility. So thanks, Steph. That's a great how we want to end that. That's perfect. In case I die. What the hell? Hang on, that's worthy of this here. Yep, Bill Griesmeyer, thank you so much for saying it. He goes, Bill says, I also encourage everyone to take some time and improve yourself, learn something, improve something. That's right. Jump on LinkedIn Learning. Jump on lynda.com. Well, that's now LinkedIn Learning. So much stuff out there. Hey, go for a walk. Go do some push-ups. Learn some new skills if you got the time at home. Or hone your skills if you got something you want to work on. All right? You can learn a lot on YouTube for free. Amen to that, brother. Including the 900 and some odd videos we have available for the podcast and all the Note Night in Americas and stuff like that. So let's see here what we have here. Thanks, Vance. You too, brother. Thanks so much. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this evening on Note Night America. Go out, take some action, make some phone calls, figure out, hopefully this was helpful. You may forget some things, but hey, nobody's going to protect your money like you will. And go out, take some action, buddy. We'll see you all at the top. Bye. Enjoy your evening.